Over this past week, I've actually had some opportunities come up that I've taken advantage of. We've partnered with another company, and we are preparing to launch that stuff. It's a lot of work, and so there's that's why I've not been here the last couple of days, and why I canceled Saturday. I did have a show for Saturday, but I canceled it. And so anyway, it just things will get back to normal here really soon, but just have to take advantage of these opportunities when they are here. I did talk a little bit about it in the subs channel, private channel, and Discord, and there will be some formal announcements. I don't know. I'll share them as soon as I see them. So the company that we're partnered with, they told me last night they were going to make some sort of announcement. I haven't seen the announcement yet, but when I do, I will share it with all of you. I'll let them kick that off. So, you don't think any of us anybody questions commitment? Hey Thor, how's it going? Am I going to be a millionaire after this? Probably not. It all depends. I don't go into stuff like this planning that, oh my God, I'm going to be a millionaire. No. I think about the great things we're going to do. So, Alex Echo, just look below the video. You'll see a link to Pirate's Little Helper. Yes, Thor is back. Thor, if you wanted to come on voice and harass me, I did turn on TeamSpeak. Otherwise, whatever. Yes, Toggy Burger, we are doing a fleet with we are doing a fleet with Zarvox on Wednesday. So, and Thor, yes, he's all about being the MF millionaire. Speaking of the F word, we are testing out the bot today that we've built. Anyone who uses one of our discount codes or a link from the show and makes a purchase on the store will be presented on the thank you page. At the bottom of the thank you page, it's kind of a little bit hidden, with the ability to put in a message that will show up here on the show, and will allow you to bark something out. So, if you were planning on buying something anyway, try it out. You don't need to go out of your way, though. So, just saying. Okay. Yes, so there's been some other news that's happened over the last couple of days. I've had a lot of women stalkers. Oh my. And that's been a little bit strange. It's something that's been building up for quite a while. It's actually been going on for a couple of years, but just really came to a head,
Welcome to the Dragons.
Past couple of days. There's a YouTube video up on it. And so, Alex Echo, I have no clue what program it is that you're talking about, then. If it's not Pirate's Little Helper, if it has functionality like Pirate's Little Helper, but it's not Pirate's Little Helper, I don't know what it is. So, okay. Hey, Maskatuck. Hello. So, I am working on... Why didn't I tell them to send more money? Yeah. Nah. I'm not taking advantage of them. Okay, so... This ship right here is one of my jump freighters. I own 3 of them. I have 3 different jump freighter characters. And I am preparing to take this into null. I'm in low sec right now, but preparing to take it into null. So would I be willing to come to an Eve meet and greet in Savannah, Georgia in the summer? Gosh. Willing, yes. Able, we'll have to see. So it really depends on my schedule and everything. I'm just a really busy guy, and it takes me to drive to Savannah, Georgia, would take me about 7 or 8 hours. So it'd be a good excuse to get on the motorcycle, though. But it would turn into a 3-day trip, you know? So, because it just takes a long time. What would, if you purchase something from the store and you use our discount codes, one of them, or the links, it offers you an opportunity at the bottom of the thank you page, after your transaction is complete, to write something in there that can be barked out on the show. And you guys will see it. And Duke is going to dramatically announce it on the show. A little more dramatic than that. So, Whatwid, thank you for resubbing, buddy. Refresh your browser. There you go. 3 months in a row. 30 gold to everybody here. All right. In your honor. Everybody give it up for Whatwid. You're all 30 gold Fritcher now because of him. So, okay. We're going to start by... here's Iron Bank. Maximum skill points, that's every skill learned. You know, I wonder if CCP put in something so that you've learned every skill that you would still keep ticking up on unallocated skill points. I don't know, or if does your queue stop? So, good morning, Red. And Stefan, good morning. So, anyway, it's just kind of interesting. And look at this. He's in Infamous, member of Moose Army, and how about this? I am a member of Infamous and Moose Army. So, we have some wars. I always look up the wars. That's where I keep that on. Slim Tiger says, your mother says hello and she wants her money back. Yeah. Tell her she's got to take a trip to Ghana. Okay. So, let's see here. What we're going to have to figure out is... okay, so here's the path, part of the path that I was taking. And I'm going to have to go over to 4-07. I have to make sure that, let's see what happens if I refresh this. Hopefully it'll still work. Yeah. 4-07, who owns it? Okay, it's still Infamous. Good. So I was going to have to figure out something else if it wasn't. But, so I'm currently in Samir, and I'm gonna jump over there, and then I'm going to jump to Stain, which is this... G- here. So, evehunt.net. Okay. So, okay. Let's see here. Check on the store. Another thing that we've done that's a pretty big accomplishment is we got our certification with Microsoft for our email servers. It took us about 6 months. Now I don't have to babysit the mail anymore and forward everything. So we've been 4 or 5 days now of no missed messages, which is nice. Okay. Pull that one up.
Connecting.
This one down. I'm going to have to fly over to that spot. I don't know if I have any ozone over there already. That's not enough ozone to do it all, but we'll see. Not quite enough. Just a little bit. Okay. So we're going to head over there, and oh my god, it's 24 jumps. It's amazing how 24 jumps in one shot with Jump Freighter. It's the power of the beard. Did you guys see my new Facebook picture? Let's see here. See if I can bring it up here. My wife is a great photographer, I gotta say. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah. That's my new Eve
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
There we go. WhatWid supports the stream. Does this work? Don't mind me just picking up a mystery code. Woo! Thank you for the support, WhatWid. I appreciate it. So, okay. Gonna head over there. Yep, so that was our new bot that we're working on. And, so, it's, pretty cool.
Warp drive active.
Sounds like we got it's a little bit loud. By the way, I upgraded to Windows 10 on the game machine here. And last broadcast, I had inappropriate messages popping up on the main display. Well, not inappropriate like as in there was stuff that was inappropriate. It was stuff that that just shouldn't have been displayed. So, and it seems that Windows Action Center refuses to display pop-ups on anything other than the primary monitor, because they think that's best. The beginning of Windows as a Service. Yes, I know, Gontor. The problem, well, the resolve for the notifications was to change my primary monitor. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have a couple of games that aren't going to be happy about it. I will deal with it when I get to those games. The problem was if I turn off notifications, which I can turn off all notifications. But if I turn them off, then like when Alex, my business partner, messages me, I don't see it. It doesn't flash. You know, when we got something going on and I need to look at it while I'm doing the show, it doesn't flash. It doesn't alert me. And it doesn't even flash in the taskbar. It turns off the taskbar flash as well. So if it would just stay in the taskbar flash and do that, I'd be happy with that. It would work. But it doesn't.
Warp drive active.
So, hello Eve Beast. And as far as the beginning of Windows 10 as a service, so, you know, in actuality, there are games that are in alpha testing right now that require Windows 10 to run. You cannot play it on anything less than Windows 10. And so I decided that I had to make the jump, even if Windows becomes a service and it pisses me off and they charge me annually, which is kind of what I think is going to be happening here in the future.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Oh, the sound went away whenever it was just her talking. Okay. So, yeah, Raven, I looked at that Display Fusion stuff, and that might be an option. So, but I decided that I didn't want to install it right this moment. Yeah, and installing it for a single feature, if I can figure out another way around it. But I did bookmark it, and may use that in the future. But I try and run as clean as possible on my system so that I have as much, CPU dedicated to everything I'm trying to do. So, yeah, well, so my solution right now works 90%. The problem comes with some of the games that are in alpha and beta testing that that refuse to run on another monitor other than primary, and or in one of them is Crowfall, and so they have not put in multi-monitor support yet. And what it does is it will run in windowed mode, but it will only take the shape of the primary window. And so when I'm on my stream machine with it, I've tried this big. Oh, my camera is working really awesome there. Let me fix that. So this monitor up here is the primary monitor, and you can see that it's not. This is letter format instead of landscape, and so it what happens is I open up Crowfall on here and it opens up in this window perfectly, and then I try and put it over here on the 4K monitor. It sits over there in this resolution or in this format, and I can't increase it or decrease it. So yeah, Eyefinity turns multiple monitors into one. I don't want that either. So
Warp drive active.
the yellow module, let's see, the yellow module in your low slot. Yes, let's look. This one right here. Experimental Hyperspatial Accelerator. Yes, increases warp speed by 0.25. And it does it as 0.25 on the base. On the base of your warp speed. So any other warp speed modifiers that you have, then include that in the base. So it's not 0.25 on top of the other calculations, it's 2.5 before calculations. So if you say had another module that doubled your warp speed or a rig or something like that, then that would become a 0.5. So you just bought a jump freighter and you'll probably be the first guy to lose a jump freighter on your first trip. No, I think that's already been done. The guy who skilled up his character, the skill injectors, first day they were out, and then injected him with enough skills so that he was able to fly a jump freighter, and then he decided to fly it gate to gate through Udema and got blown up. Yeah. Definition of dumbass or inexperienced. Never actually fit it because it's so expensive. Well, you can fit it with cargo expanders, and then also with inertia stabilizers at the beginning. The fuel economizers can be very expensive. You can buy cheap ones to start, but basically, I've spent over $2 billion. I've spent over $2 billion on my fit for my most of my jump freighters. This one actually doesn't have the Sanchez interspatial things. So yeah, that guy may just not have. See, that's what another thing that we're going to run into is that newer people to the game, that they go and inject a bunch of skills because they have money in real life to do it, and then because they go and buy Plex, and then they go and turn it into ISK, and then buy the skill injectors, and then They don't know how to fly the ship that they're just now into. And if that person who did the jump freighter through there had been working their way up normally, they probably would have figured out, by losing possibly, a freighter going through Udema, that it's not a good idea to fly a jump freighter through Udema. Just saying. Hey, I still have 9 more jumps. Hello, Ghost Tree and Nemesis and Luck. Oh yeah, Gollum, those are expensive, Warp Speed Accelerator. You can only have up to 3 of them. And, yeah, well, you know, I'm starting to feel like I'm space rich, so I've spent a few bucks on a few things. Well, not bucks, ISK. So, even though we sell Plex, I don't really buy it for myself. I'd rather spend the time on subscription. So I value my time, and so I'm totally willing to put more warp speed in. You know, I've got like this is doing 9.9 AU, which is okay. It's not bad. In HiSec, I've got I fly a Leopard with one of my characters, and goes 23.6 AU, which is the fastest I've ever flown. And those are about 100 million each on those ships. And then I do have I have another ship that is fit for really high warp propulsion speed, and I've used that one before whenever making really deep bookmarks. So reminds me of the South Park episode. You know, I am space rich compared to some others, but comparing me to some of the others that truly are space rich, I don't have very much. You know, Rita Jeeta was saying that he makes 11 billion in profit a day, and in that interview that I did with him. Me, I don't know what my profit's been at lately. I've actually played around a little bit with, I mean, it's generally 200-300 million a day, which is pretty good. But, it's community. No, I won't be streaming Ark tomorrow. We're going to be doing Eve. Ark is, I love Ark. And Fridays we had been doing some stuff where we, did some other games that I didn't actually have a business relationship with, and that was all fine and dandy. But I but I didn't. Let's just say I'm getting a little foggy-headed here. Let's just say that with having reduced days I've been streaming this week, I gotta stick to what core is here. So, let me say hello to my guys here in Moose Bank. Yo guys, how's it going?
Hi, Rob. What's up, Marky?
I know, absentee Marky. I'm just out moving some jump freighters through.
Oh, you and me both, buddy. You and me both.
Yep. I don't know how much stuff I've got in stain, but it's like an enormous amount. It's probably going to take me like 10 trips out.
Half of those skill injectors?
I already sold them all off. I did see iron though. and his thing where that's a little ridiculous. Yeah, I saw he's in Corp too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like max skills. I wonder if unallocated skill points are still accruing, or if it just thinks that he's not training and it doesn't give him anything.
That's a good question.
Hey,
So
Mark,
do you think he beat Eve since he has all those skill points?
Oh yeah, he should put in his thing saying I won Eve. Yeah, and I did it. How old was the character whenever he did that?
Day old.
A day old. I beat Eve in 1 day. And then something like "Sup, y'all."
Drive active.
Oh, the troll is real.
Yeah, yeah. When I was real newbie, I put in my profile, being real cocky, that I beat Eve in 30 days or something like that. So people used to give me all kinds of crap for it.
Docking permission requested.
Mark, I saw your recent video about quote unquote psycho bitches.
Docking request
Yes.
accepted.
How's everything with that? You alright?
Oh yeah, as long as they don't show up at the house. So yeah, for those of you that don't know, it's on my YouTube channel. But I've had for a few years someone's been impersonating me, and
Definitely worth a watch.
they've been using my pictures and talking about how they're going to make sweet love to all these women. Please send me your money. So
I mean, how does people fall for that?
well, easily apparently.
You got catfish or somebody using your picture as a catfish. That's
Yeah, well, apparently they're getting on Skype and talking to them on camera too.
That's
And-
the funny part.
And I haven't seen any of the video of that yet, but then someone told me last night that that there's somebody doing face rig custom jobs, and that you can get a face rig thing made of anyone if you have their picture for about $10.
What the? How detailed is it?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. So, wouldn't that be creepy? I should get a face rig overlay of my own face and then talk as myself. I think people would be like, "What the fuck is happening?" It would look so weird. I don't know that we could get the beard going on though.
oh man, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Awkward.
yeah.
Talk to you, the younger yourself.
Right. Yeah, weird. No, not interested. So, yeah. I do have Face Rig. I have multiple licenses of it, in fact. Yeah, maybe I should turn that on one of these days again. Maybe they've improved it a lot. It wasn't good enough tracking for me at first, and it just didn't feel right. So, anyway, Moose, how you been?
This isn't Moose, by the way.
This isn't Moose, by the way. Who is that?
It's Skanita in the same chat. I'm at his house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
He's a hacker.
Yeah, ha ha ha. Me, and I don't know if you know him, Kaiser.
I don't know.
Well, he's the head of our HR department. I picked him up from the airport because I live 2 hours from Moose, and I picked the head of HR up, and we came over to Moose's house. Moose is working right now. He's trying to get off half a day.
Yeah.
I don't know. You didn't watch the stream last night, did you?
Oh, no.
Aw.
No, I was like sleeping or something.
Oh, what sleep? But no,
Short
it was,
commodity recently.
It was a good stream. It was a good stream. Moose got enough donations for his Oculus Rift, and 3 grown men got punched in the dick.
So childish. But I guess if it made you money.
Yeah, right. I think in
Moose
an hour
is
and a
a
half
cheap
they got
whore.
over In an hour and a half, they got like over like $300 of donation.
Yeah, I was a little uncomfortable with that whole thing on my place over here when we did the show. So I swore to Moose that wouldn't happen again. So
Yeah, I wouldn't get punched in the dick for $1 million.
yeah, he's like, anything for money, baby.
Wait, how? You wouldn't get punched in the dick for $1 million?
Hell no.
You're out of your mind.
You're damn right.
There is a price for everybody.
Oh, there's always.
Everybody has a price, but yeah, it just I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it.
Let's just put it this way. My balls have taken a beating in my lifetime.
All right, let's stop talking about balls.
Okay, we don't need to know how you beat your balls.
Oh, come on, troll.
Might have to mute this.
All right,
Okay.
let's detour from this alley.
Right, because we shouldn't do this in the alley.
I'm joking.
Oh god.
Shut up. Don't say the words.
Yeah, you guys can at least go get a room.
Right?
You have the money now, you were saying.
Ah!
Okay, well, I'm going to continue on with my show. Yes, we're not safe for work. Well, it's not safe for work anyway because Duke's been dropping F-bombs, but you know.
Oh boy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mute myself.
Thanks for stopping by, Marky.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, so those guys are a lot of fun. If you guys need a good Null Corp, Moose Army is really good. So, and they're now part of Infamous, which gives a very large amount of space that they control down here in Null and that they're friendly with. So, anyway, yes, that whole punching thing that happened here at my house. Yeah, I was like, that ain't, next time that's not going to happen. So, and I had to really cringe whenever they did that. I mean, yeah. So, that happened live on the show here one time. So, one of our backyard streams. Okay. So, I have got my character here that is ready to receive the jump. And so now I need to make a fleet here. And actually, we may as well make the fleet with this guy. So let's see here. Who did I just give an invite to him? So I'm going to end up with 2 jump freighters and 1 station down here. So okay, there we go. So let's see here. How often do they do mining fleets? They have mining fleets all the time. Boosts, pauses, all kinds of stuff. Do a lot of mining. They do a lot of manufacturing as well. So this guy, we don't need to see him at the moment. Okay, so let me get my fleet window open here. And so I'm the only one here, which is fine. Let's see what we got here. This character. All friendlies. Okay. So if you guys have never seen a jump before, oh yeah, they pretty much have a 24/7 Oracle boost. Yeah. So let's see here. Go to my Sino spot. We've got some protection sitting out here.
4 new Elder Dragons. Maybe we can build an army. What are you waiting for? An invitation? Subscribe now.
All right, Jackal, 4 months in a row. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate the support, the continued support. 4 months in a row. That's 40 gold to everybody here. You can all give it up for Jackal. Tell him thank you. And y'all now have 40 more gold to blow on whatever you want. Your choice. Okay. Yeah, in fact, mining out here might be... Maybe I should move my miner back over to the corp over here. I did set my miner up for doing wormhole mining, and we're going to try some more of that, but there's a very good support system for mining here with Moose Army. So, okay, everything looks good. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. If you've never seen this before, this is, I'm moving a jump freighter from, well, I'm in Losec right here, but moving him to Null, 1 jump, and still look good here. Oops, wrong account. Here we go. And whammo. We have arrived. Here's our station. And there is the character providing the Sino.
Docking
Okay.
requested. Docking request accepted.
So, hey, do I have... I do have a little ozone I can drop off here. So, let's see. Let's drop off 3,000. We're going to hand it over to the other character here once she's done with the Sino. So, we can just stare at this pretty Sino here. The new launcher, I'm having troubles with the new launcher and What the Fast. I gotta get that fixed. For some reason, communication stops. Oh, we have a neutral in here. Okay, let me bring comms on.
So somebody really sold one for 900 million. That's crazy.
Like, there's a buy order for
Fucking hell,
EX6 for 955 mil.
No idea what you're talking about.
We got an unknown in
Yeah, but I don't think the history rule
Check, Carmen.
was updated on this
4-4-07.
Get a Newton Porteco.
Yeah, Shakespeare's Ghost.
Yeah, he
Noted.
is in a stiletto. He's been identified as a Sino.
Okay.
Careful. Yeah, you already passed through CNC Poodle, or
I don't even.
What was that?
did he already pass through CNC, or? Is
Yeah.
Oh no, he's here at station. He's at station. He's yeah, he just landed at station here. He's 600 off. Let's see. Oh, he landed out. He landed 100 off the infrastructure hub.
Okay, let's just be careful.
And he isn't a stiletto.
We don't know what's on the other side of that sign, huh?
He's probably bait.
He just
Wait.
went to customs office. I don't see what planet this is. Planet 7.
Yeah, he's been moving fast through catch. I think he's been looking for something. I think he went all the way up to F4 R2 towards that area. Only about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's looking for some targets. Yeah, I want to try to pop him. Yeah, I just want to blue ball him.
Nope. I don't want to go near him.
Hey, yeah, we don't know what he'll drop on us if we go near him. So,
It's busy today with newts. Considering the time.
I gotta let this time out so I can get docked up and then switch stuff over. I think we're gonna switch over to my other character. I'm gonna set autopilot on here.
Autopilot
It's
engaged.
a little trick that and I'm gonna go ahead and mute that. If I get popped, I get popped, but
Docking permission requested.
so let's see here. This guy, I have Wardex on him. I need to take him down into yeah, I need to take this guy out into I'm just gonna have to leave this ship here. I can't fly this ship with a Wardeck into Jita. But let me see where my jump clones are. So maybe I can just jump clone over. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump clone over. Do I have any augmentations in here? Oh, I do. I have full set. Okay. So, yeah, I'm just going to jump clone over. You like that photo? That's on my Facebook. My wife took that. Yeah. So, I made that my Facebook profile. Yeah, just fun. ZZ Top, well, except they had hair. So, my beard's not bad, I guess. So I'm gonna take this guy here, and I'm gonna take him to. Let's see here. Leave ship. Just leave a clone here. I gotta stop skill training. Almost done with Cruise Missile Specialization 5. Yay. I will be taking some Marauders out into wormhole space. So, don't forget to red cycle the Sino. It doesn't matter. Rinzen, you can't... I don't worry about that. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't matter. And the reason is, he doesn't have any more fuel. So hence it doesn't matter. So, and you can't fit enough fuel in the in those little ships. So, okay. So I got this counting down again. Good. Okay. So I've jumped over. I know. Not very dramatic, huh? I look like I'm a cook somewhere. Cook or crook? Did you miss an R in there? Yeah. I'm just in newbie ships. If I was like covert ops or something like that, I'd be doing something a little bit different. But okay. So I got all this drone specialization stuff I'm doing, and then more jump fuel conservation. Last two things I have for jump freighter. This is one of my favorite characters, just because he has so many abilities to fly so many ships. And so now I just got to figure out where his ship is. Huh, I thought it was here. It's not. He has a Nomad. Here, let me just do a search for it. Okay. It's next door. Let me make sure that my let's see, is this where I'm? Yeah, it's my home system. Okay. Got at least one hostile in here. Hello, Whitethorn. How's it going?
Docking permission requested.
Oh, we've got
Docking
more.
permission requested. Docking permission requested.
Is this almost done? Yes. There we go. Auto dock. Just a little trick. You set
Docking
autopilot,
permission requested.
and then it has to be at the station that you're at,
Accepted.
and then
Autopilot
it'll
disabled.
keep trying until it can
Waypoint reached.
jump in. So, okay. So now my other guy is not friendly with Infamous, and so I can't jump him up here to this station. I get ganked. So yes, Toggy Burger, once you put the tickets in, they're in. You don't lose them if you close your browser or anything. You're okay on that. So okay, now I want to do a trade between these two people, characters, so that give her some more ozone, because this is where we'll be bringing him up through, and so we're jumping him down to Stain now, but he's not going to go beyond there. He's just going to sit there and load up and then jump stuff up here, and then once I've got everything jumped up here, then he'll start making the trip up. So it's all logistics. All logistics. And sometimes I'll transport stuff in and out of here too. It's pretty lucrative work. There are contracts around here. Let's see here. Let's see what contracts we have in here. Fire sale, head GP. You know you have to pay to dock at head GP. 66% of JITA. Really? 80 million.
Welcome to the Dragons.
I can go there too. Let's see here. Where is my... $123 million. It's 221,000 cubic meters? What is in here that is so big? There's some blueprint copies. There's a lot of ammo in here. Small freight container, Imperator. Okay, those don't really have any value. They can be trashed or broken down for their parts rather than trying to transport them. This is part of how I make my money, folks. So I buy this stuff. Huge freight container. There's another big piece of the stuff. Oh, and the command center. And Curse's ship here. And what is the big money in here? Imperial Navy Slicer. I don't think it's something I want. I don't know. Are those rigs, are there fitted rigs? Special edition assets. This is not like the second decade edition. These are something else. All that ammo's been used. Not all of it, I guess, but a lot. So I'm looking here for the details tab to see whether or not it says anything's fitted. Appears not. 80 million. Problem is that you have to be ready to go get this stuff right away. I don't have other stuff there. It's probably not going to be, you know. I don't need any fitted ships. Okay. Nothing too exciting here on the courier front. Current region. Nothing paying good here either. Okay. So we're going to take him back over. What I should do is I should station a character here permanently. In fact, I might have one. Now that I think about it. I just got to figure out what account it's on. I can like make notes of this stuff. Like, this character lives here. You know? Hey, we're over 200 viewers. You guys know what that means, huh? Means we're going to do a drawing. So. Salta, 2 months in a row. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. 20 gold to everybody here in your honor. Joy Rocks, thank you for following. Welcome. Okay, so exclamation point ticket space 1 will get you in on a new account for Eve. That's a brand new account, 30 days prepaid, some mining equipment in it, a cerebral accelerator in it, and then one of the content packs, which you're going to get your choice of Skirmisher, Industrialist, Colonist, or Explorer. And so you can put in more tickets if you have more gold. 1 gold per ticket. And so I'll start writing that up right now. And then we'll draw here in just a second. I don't know what screen this is going to pop up on. I'm going to put this up for a minute here. Okay, that's all ready to go. Last call to get your tickets in. I'm going to start jumping through here. Yeah, I'm going to need to put together a... going to need to put together some stuff. Okay, let's draw. Closing and drawing. Gontor is the winner. How about that, Mr. Gontor?
Warp drive active.
I know, you're all me, me, me. Good job there, Gontor. All right. So, Gontor, your choice. Colonist, skirmisher, industrialist, or explorer?
Warp drive active.
Now, if you missed out on this one, don't worry, you're going to get a chance for another one. So, we'll do that here in just a moment once Gontor tells me which one he wants. Colonist. Okay, good choice. Okay, that is sent to you, Gontor. Okay, so, like I said, if you missed out on that one, no fret.
Warp drive active.
And, so, let's start a new one. There we go. Got another one going. We'll draw at 300 viewers at the end of the show.
Warp drive active.
The mining in this area, by the way, is really good. It's pumped up full abilities. So everything has a chance of appearing here. I mean, when you can pump a system. So things that are region specific, of course, won't appear here. But so, and on the drawings, it only takes one ticket to win, but of course, if you put in more, you increase your chances.
Warp drive active.
Welcome to the Dragons. Welcome to the Dragons.
Warp drive active.
Don't worry, you're almost out of gold. Yeah. Slim Monkey and Commander Pew Pew, thank you for following. Welcome.
Warp drive active.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a spreadsheet that that I can put the system and region of each one of my characters. When I log them off, I just update that on these ones that I don't log into very often. Especially my Cyno guys. Maybe I just do it for the Cyno guys. And that way I know where they're at. Actually, that would be a nice service. Is there any service like that out there? Does anybody offer an Eve service like that that will track your characters and then just let you know where they're at? Yeah, this is not a jump freighter. This is my travel claw. Can fly through bubbles and such. And moving to the next spot for the next Cyno.
Warp drive active.
By the way, this character right here, she's been training. I've had her training now for a while. This is everything, I think, for mastery of strategic cruisers. Minmatar. Got 193 days left.
Warp drive active.
Evemon lists where you're located next to the character stats, okay? So let me turn on Evemon here. Tasman, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Warp drive active.
Okay, so nice little chime coming from Evemon. Thank you, thank you. Where is it? There it is. Update. Okay, fine. Go ahead and update it. You only have one character in Eve. Yeah, I've got about 15 characters that are pretty active. Okay, where's my mouse? There it is. I wish sometimes that I could put mouse trails on my mouse in game so that I can find my mouse. That, by the way, is why you turn on mouse trails if you have a hard time figuring out where your mouse is. That chime thing is going to be lovely, huh? Okay. So here is Evemon.
Warp drive active.
Does not show where they're at. What do I... I don't see it showing where they're located at.
Welcome to the Dragons.
So I didn't think of this because should already be shared location.
Warp drive active.
It's like this guy's one of my Cynos. You know, I have everything turned on in here. In my API, so
Warp drive.
should be working if it is really a feature. Have to put your cursor over the active ship. Okay. Okay, well this just says that he's in Caldari Navy Assembly Plant. That guy's kind of close.
Warp drive active.
There we go. Yeah. Scout McDurkle. Now, I just gotta figure out what account he's on. I don't know what account he's on. So, okay.
Warp drive active.
Oh, we figured that out. So it is possible. I think that. Well, I can't open another. I'm not going to open another copy of the game while I'm flying this guy. After I land, I'll open and see if I can find that guy. Merjo, thank you for following. Welcome.
Warp drive.
So I've got 4 more jumps. Who flies this early? You're looking at him. Yes. I fly early. Make an empty plan after the account that they're on. Sounds like an idea.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp
Almost there. What are my thoughts on the new injectors? Overall, they're a good idea. They're good for the game. Do have a little bit of a mixed motion on them, especially when I saw that Iron had maxed out his character. You know, that's effectively able to buy your way. Now, Iron has a massive amount of ISK in the game, and so I don't know how much it cost him, but huge amount. So
docking permission requested.
they're a good idea.
Docking request accepted.
Why did I hear myself there? There's Thor. Yo, Thorman.
Hello.
I was wondering why I was hearing myself all of a sudden.
That's just your ego. I think that's matter with you all. It matter with you all the time.
Yeah. So what
Yeah,
you
and
been up?
it also happens with people that like the sound of their own voice.
Right. I talk just because I like to hear myself. That's why I wear the headphones.
Yeah, of course, naturally.
What you been up
How you
to?
been doing?
I asked
I've been up to
first.
shit. I've been working. I've been working, so I've been up to nothing.
Oh,
Just working. And taking care of the family in between.
right. Well, good. Yep. I feel like I've been doing the same.
Yeah. You are, like I saw in your video, you've been milking money from desperate single women.
Well, that's what they think. I have not seen $1 from it.
Oh, you're so innocent. You're so innocent, I want to puke.
Yes, well, as long as you've got a bucket there you can puke in.
No, I'll just puke on my lap. That's more metal.
May as well on your keyboard.
No, then I can't use it. That's just stupid to puke on your keyboard.
So, done anything in Eve lately?
No, I think even 2 of my subscription are... I haven't renewed even 2 of my subscriptions, so... Like I said, I haven't had the time.
Yeah.
So I haven't been playing much. I played a little bit of World of Tanks, but that's all.
Mm-hmm.
But that's life.
Darn life always getting in the way.
Yes. Yeah, it's terrible when work is messing with your video game playtime.
Right.
And since I can't play at the place where I'm working, so because the internet is fucking shit.
You gonna go to FanFest this year?
Maybe not. I haven't decided yet. I know I can get time off from work, and it's not that inconvenient. Just go out to work on Monday instead of Thursday. So it's not that bad. So I could if I can decide if I should or if I shouldn't. Are you going?
No. Nope. I'd like to, but just don't have the funds.
But they have shown you a good mean of how you can use your image to make money.
They did?
I mean, someone else was making money off your photos. Why can't you?
Right. Yeah, I'm just a little bit more honest than that.
Yeah.
Well,
But I wonder why they're using your photo.
I don't know. But they've been doing it for 3 years now. And I haven't been able to stop them. I haven't mentioned it ever before, but I keep turning in Facebook accounts that are creating and LinkedIn accounts and stuff. But then I started getting like 4 people contacting me every day, and just kind of was like, it's getting to be too much.
Yeah.
I had women calling my house, calling the office, texting me.
But isn't calling the office and calling the house the same thing?
No. Well, they call the office number, but like Alex answering whenever I'm not, working, and then they assume that she's like my wife or something, and so then they start talking to her about warnings about how bad of a person I am.
Yeah, and then she says, "Yeah, I know. He's a bastard. You should never contact him again."
Slim Monkey, what we're talking about is that someone or some people have been using my identity to scam women in foreign countries. They've been using my pictures and stuff, and apparently they even somehow have devised something where they're able to talk on Skype and kind of look like me. So all in the efforts of getting money out of people. And one of the women who messaged me just a couple of days ago sent $30,000 to this person. So that's kind of when I was like, well, I'll put up a video about this. Now I'm getting called insensitive, but that's okay.
I mean, it's good to be a jerk. So why shouldn't you be insensitive?
Yeah. Speaking of the phone.
So have you done anything? Have you any big accomplishment in Eve?
I guess that'd be a no. Other than
Yeah,
I built some Marauders and started taking them out, but
That's not an accomplishment. That would have been an accomplishment like 5 years ago or something, but not anymore.
and I'm living in wormhole space.
Yeah, that would also have been cool like 5 years ago, but now it's kind of like yesteryear's thing. So you're still not cool, Eve.
Right. Okay, well, was hoping that would meet the mark of cool.
No. Yeah, I mean you can always hope, but you know how it is.
Yeah.
So how's the weather in Tampa? Not in Eve. It's good. Cold.
It's been very cold actually, and when I say very cold, nothing like you in Iceland, but
I'm driving in fucking snow.
yeah, it's but it's been it's been pretty cool. I saw on Facebook the other day a picture of the big snowstorm of 2016 here in Florida, and the picture was of frost on grass.
Okay, was it like three snowflakes and -2 degrees centigrades in the night and light wind?
Something like that, yeah. So it was kind of funny.
Yeah. But you had it could get pretty cold when you lived up in Portland.
No, not really.
Uh,
Yeah.
When I was living up in northern Norway, the coldest it got to was -30 or 32 degrees centigrade.
Mm-hmm.
Docking
And
permission
I'm finding a converter.
Docking request accepted.
Okay, I made it. Yay. I now have 2 jump freighters in Stain.
Yay!
I'm just hauling all of the stuff I bought out.
I mean, why shouldn't you?
I need the money.
To buy some more exotic dancers.
I have plenty, actually.
You'll never have enough exotic dancers.
Autopilot engaged.
I did see prostitutes in the game the other day.
Yeah, that's even better. I mean, isn't exotic dancer just a fancy word over a prostitute, or at least in some cases?
Maybe.
Welcome to the Dragons.
It's like erotic masseuse. I mean, that's just a fancy word for a hooker.
That's funny.
Yeah, prostitution is funny.
No. I mean, just the words you were using. The terms.
Say that now. Hey, I saw like 3 posts from Greedmonger yesterday and today.
Really?
On Facebook, yeah. With a release schedule, pre-alpha release schedule and some shit.
Huh.
Surprised me a lot. And some
Yeah.
people coming in to work on it and...
Yeah. I don't know. They did talk to me. So some people took over the project and said that they were going to fulfill it, even though they weren't the ones who got the money. And but I can tell you that I didn't have very much faith in them, and so I told them to contact me again when they were going to release. So, and this is the first thing I've heard in probably 6 months. So, yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, like 15 hours ago, they posted a dev blog about changes, updates, and release plans.
Okay. I don't know how the game is even going to be fun or anything. So.
No, I mean, at one point you didn't know how Eve could be fun, so...
Well,
yeah.
Okay. You know, you got me there.
By your description back when we were trying to get you to play Eve, it was complicated and everyone was mean to you.
Well, that's not quite how I put it, but it might be an accurate description.
How it was in the beginning.
Something like that, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's basically how what Eve is. It's complicated and almost everyone is mean to you.
That's why we play, isn't it?
Yeah, but I haven't played much. Since I can't, I can't dive into something and do it. I can play like after Christmas. I went out and worked for a week, came home to Iceland again for a week, went again out for 3 weeks, and came back home again a week ago. And I mean, when working like that, I mean, it's really hard to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Except to maybe mine a little bit to no real end, or to turn your ship in the hangar.
Well, I haven't logged into this character in a long time. 227 new messages.
Yeah, I think you should just choose delete all.
Delete all. Where's that? I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I think you can. I think if you choose, it's empty or mark all as red, or delete all everything or something. Yeah. So, has anyone raised your attention level at the NSA lately?
At the NSA? Why? I hope you're not going to try and raise their attention level, are you?
No, like we're gonna assassinate the US president and give ISIS some money and nuclear weapons.
Dude, you're dropping all the bomb words that I'm sure that they look for.
No. I have also to talk about chemical weapons in the Middle East, and biological weapons to use on Israel, and Heil Hitler, of course, and I don't know, probably something else as well.
You're trying to sabotage me, buddy.
No, I'm not trying to sabotage you. I never, go and do half a job. I'm trying to destroy you, not just damage. It's destroying. It's death or glory. It's all or nothing. Yes.
Welcome to the Dragons.
That is just awesome.
Yeah, I know. There is no such thing as going over the line. It's all or nothing.
Right. Yes, there is no in-between with you, is there?
Nope. So now I have tried to ruin your reputation and gotten your attention level at the NSA up, so I'm wondering what else I can do.
Uh-oh, I just got killed.
Docking permission requested.
Who?
Docking permission requested.
I didn't see who it was. I just switched over as it was happening. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Okay. Well. I think. Where did I appear?
Autopilot disabled.
Oh, back up here. Shit. Okay. Well, that's my home station, so. Gonna have to fly quite a ways again. So be it.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Alright. Whoever that was that purchased from the store and then didn't put in a message,
Warp
thank you.
drive active.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
And a second one.
What's everyone popping you?
Well, I was just referring to, we added something to our store where you can,
Yeah, with so people can. Thank you for the awesome stores. You know, like so people can compliment you.
right, so I can feel better.
Yeah.
I need that reinforcement, you know.
Yeah, an ego booster.
Right. Yeah.
And now your stream is buffering, so the NSA is
Yes.
tuning in.
Well, somebody else said that it was buffering too. Let's see here. Am I dropping any frames? Nope, I'm not dropping any.
No, it's just the NSA patching in on your stream because you've been saying such naughty words.
Right. Because I've been saying them. Right.
Warp drive.
Where was the message thingy? You didn't see it? Epileptic boy? It's the bottom of the thank you page. So and we're just testing right now. So it'll have a more prominent position once we're done testing it.
I saw one thing on the internet, one new trend that you haven't gone into.
What's that?
The new form of e-bagging Patreon.
Of what?
The new form of e-bagging called Patreon.
Oh yeah. Nah, I it may sound kind of funny, but I don't care for the founder of the company. He just kind of rubs me kind of wrong, and so I just decided that I wasn't going to
Docking permission requested.
partake in something like that. But I've actually known about Patreon for a couple years, so and I've met the guy who created it, but I just didn't care for him.
So he's a cockmunch asshole in your eyes.
I don't know what you just said there, but the answer is no.
So he's not an asshole.
Oh. I didn't call him that an asshole. I just said I didn't care for him. You are trying to get me in so much trouble. Somebody's going to like take this and they're going to snip little key pieces out like they do on the news, and they're going to give some sound bite, and it'll be like, you know, me saying all kinds of crap.
Yes, of course. And then I get you into even more trouble.
Yeah, you're doing a fine job so far.
Yeah. You should be grateful that I'm paying so much attention to you and devoting my 100% attention to you, towards you.
Yeah. Okay, well, I've got to fly out 20 jumps again. Holy cow, I just did 24 to get there, and then I got blapped. And now...
Why are you flying 20 jumps?
Because I need to get back over there, because I got to do my Sinos with this character.
Didn't I teach you how to make a Sino chain with Sino alts, or?
Well, the problem is that, so what I did just station one of my guys at a station that I'm going to leave him there, and he'll just be the Sino guy there. And so that'll work. And so when I come back up, I can just, Sino through him. But I'm going around all over the place in Stain picking shit up. And then transporting it up to HiSec. So it's hard to just make, just have one person, 5 people stationary so that I can make it up and out.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
So have you only been playing Eve? Nothing else?
Crowfall, which I think is going to shape up to be quite a fun game.
Have they made it a little less Disney looking?
They have done some work on the graphics, but I don't think they've landed it wherever they're gonna go with the final. So it still looks Disney, but maybe a little bit more brighter and cheerier.
Ugh! I hate bright and cheery.
Yeah.
Ugh. So you're not so you've stopped playing simulator games?
Well, I've just had to focus a lot on money. I mean, where the money's at. I'm not saying that I only play for money. I'm just saying that I gotta remember that this is a business.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you don't only play for money. Then you would also play Sony games, I think.
Right. Let's see here. This kill I just got here. Kill report available. Who was it that killed me? Somebody from the Gorgon Empire. They apparently didn't like me. Hit me with a tornado. Imagine that.
So they just killed a noob ship.
Yeah. Well, padding those kill boards.
Yeah, get the kill ratio nice. I mean, hunting down Cyno-alts is a nice way to get the numbers interesting, but when people look at your kill board, then they realize you're kind of a pathetic little man. So
Yeah.
killing Cynos for statistics is kind of stupid.
Yep. Hey, I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back. I am back.
Yes.
Heading out again to where I died.
Yay.
Warp drive active.
Syndrome of Pan and Deradoku, thank you for following. Welcome. So I haven't exactly figured out what we're going to do on the show tomorrow. I was thinking about it. I mean, we'll do Eve, but not sure what we'll do in Eve.
Fly around and die?
That's possible. Those things have been known to happen.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, this ship is an interceptor, Jake, and it's a Claw specifically. It's my primary ship of choice in Null.
Warp drive.
Allows me to get places quickly and can fly through bubbles. Do an episode about different ways to tank your freighter. Well, believe it or not, Mystic, I don't tank my freighters. I actually fit them for speed and agility because I believe that being quick off the gate is better than being strong once they're bumping you into oblivion.
Warp drive active.
So you'll even find that jump freighters are a little bit different. I don't put tank on jump freighters either. You get caught, you're dead. There's no way they're letting you go. Speed tank, well, okay. I guess you could call it speed tank.
You love speed thinking a whole lot.
Well, you know, instead of taking 60 seconds to jump off of a gate with my freighter, I do it in 34.
Yeah. You know, calling it a speed tank since.
Oh, yeah.
Speed tanking is so that you're so fast that they really don't hit you, so you don't take damage.
They still have a chance. It's just that it's funny because sometimes I see the Macarials coming at me, and I get into warp and they like fly right through me. So.
Welcome to the Dragon.
Wanna get some Macarials and make some freighter people cry?
Well, that sounds like fun, but I'm sure I would be called a hypocrite.
What's bad about being a hypocrite?
I don't know.
No,
Not my style.
Exactly.
I've gone out
It's
and I've bumped people before and stuff, but I've tried bumping the bumpers, but you know then they get
Friends,
irritated.
Romans, countrymen, lend me your dragons. 5 dragons is a good start, but it's still no army.
Warp drive.
And then they brought out their gank fleet to gank me because I was bumping them. So and they got me. So Jestrog, thank you for subbing. All right, brand new sub. And let's see here. I'm going to find you here and I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you some gold. You can use that gold for like hookers, blow, dungeon raids.
Now you're promoting human trafficking and drug abuse.
Well, only when I'm playing Amar.
Okay.
So, and dungeon raids, whatever you want to spend the money on, it's yours, the gold. And then everybody give it up for Jestrog. Because of him, you're all 10 gold richer. All right. So,
What the hell am I supposed to do with all this gold?
I don't know, how much have you got? Oh, you've got...
73,443.
Wow, you've got quite a bit.
Yeah.
You are like, that puts you like officially into Marquis Dragon groupie status. How do you feel about that?
Like I've been raped.
Oh my. So, yeah, well, you know, I guess one of these days when you see something that you really want that we're giving away on the show.
Yeah, like all kind of Eve accounts. Yay! Exactly the thing I want. Oh no, I think I have like 2 that I'm not even using because I have so many. And 6 active. No, like only like 4 active now.
Yeah, well, we have in the future some more What the Fast coming up, and then I have some other codes that I'm working on. Stuff that I don't announce. There's a lot of stuff that,
Warp drive.
even though it looks like they're on their way and stuff, I don't announce them until they're actually here. Because I don't want to tease people and then have stuff not show up.
Why? Then you give them disappointment and they might cry.
Well, if I were farming tiers, that would work well.
Yes.
I know you work on that. You probably practice on your kids.
No, because they're off my genes, so.
Warp drive active.
I practice on my colleagues, make them cry.
Yeah. Make your coworkers cry?
Yes. Always.
What does your boss think of it?
He doesn't give a shit. Why should he care?
Do you give him crap as well?
Sometimes. But I work during the night, always do this, so harder for me to give people crap.
Right.
Except for those that I'm working with.
So, how long is your beard now, Thor?
Pretty long.
You know, mine's still getting longer. Have you trimmed yours?
Nope.
Then yours is probably longer than mine.
It's down to my
Warp drive.
chest, or if I'm sitting normally, it just reaches where the center of the rib cage ends. So down to the top of my stomach.
Yeah. I'm almost there. Not quite.
Yeah, but it has its advantages. If your throat is dirty, you can always swallow your beard and then pull it back out. Really neat.
What? Okay. I never, so you can like fish something out.
Yeah, like if you have slime or something in your throat, you can just shove your beard in your mouth and swallow it, and then just wrap it back up. Then you get like cleaning of your throat.
Right,
Works,
and I suppose you could floss your teeth too.
Yeah, of course. And in my case, I can also use it to clean my ears and everything.
Oh, can reach your ears, huh? Oh, hey, I can reach my ears too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. If
So
you guys,
it's
if you guys are watching, don't know who this is Thor, my favorite Viking, and he's very politically incorrect, and I think he's proud of it. He comes from the motherland of Eve.
Yes. And I'm taller than Marky.
Yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yes.
Which is that's really an accomplishment, actually.
Yeah, so I'm taller than you. I have got more hair and longer beard.
Right. Right.
So what I'm basically saying, you're just a pathetic little man.
Slim Tiger's telling you next time you're in Norway, you got to go drink beers with him.
I'm always in Norway. I work in Norway, so.
Wrath Angel's asking, what are the requirements to join Moose Army? I don't know that they have requirements. They'll let almost anybody in. You do have to submit your API so they can make sure you're not a spy. But
yeah, that's so stupid. I mean, they tell you, oh, submit all your APIs, and I mean, how the hell are they supposed to know if if you were going to spy, you would make a spy character, which you would not give any money from any of your other accounts to, or have that kind of communication in between your spy character and your other characters. So this API anti-spy bullshit is just a bunch of nonsense.
Warp drive active.
it's certainly easily defeated.
I mean, or just if you would or just buy a tune of the bazaar of the character bazaar or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so simple to get around, and still these idiots believe they're preventing spying by getting people's API in their all simpleness. But whatever makes them happy, makes them feel empowered, makes them feel smart, even though they're not empowered and they're not smart.
Right. Chat says, you know a lot about spying, you must be a spy.
Of course, everyone in Eve is a spy in a certain way, and
Docking.
you using using information to your own advantage that you gain, like if I'm using my influence to find out where Marky is, and then sneaking. So if I'm spying on you, then I can sneak with a different tune and shoot them in the face.
How often have you done that?
Not that many times.
This is counterintelligence at work, you know.
Yeah.
And what characters did you do it with?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, selective memory. I get it.
Yeah. So, I have some Marky corpses.
I know.
And then I have accidentally destroyed you.
Right. Accidentally.
Yes. Totally accidental.
Right.
I even think that you shot me first. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. Yes, definitely.
Hey, Sirion. How's it going? Sirion there. The longest sub of them all on the show here. I think he's at 20 months. Or 21. I don't remember. Okay, so now I'm here. I've made it. Great. Now I've got to decide where I'm going next. Let's see here. We'll get into... That's right, I gotta go one station over. Well, hopefully I don't die doing this, but we'll see. I'm going to fly naked.
Warp drive active.
Sirion. My latest YouTube video. Yep. My character that has the highest bounty, does he ever do anything? Yes. So I do fly him in wormhole space,
Docking request accepted.
and he's working on some stuff right now. In fact, might be a good time to check him to see whether or not he's completed his training. I have some training I'm doing on him so that in wormhole space, and we're going to do triple potato in C4, trying to run some sites. So
have you got anything interesting to fly in the wormhole?
I fly mostly Stratioses there, but I'm going to be bringing in the triple Dominics, and then I'm also going to bring in a couple of Marauders, and so try them out. The problem is Marauders are very blingy, and so it's okay if we have a lot of our corp around or whatnot, because they'd love to get some action, you know, as long as I can tank it if I get caught. They'd love to come to me and such, but yeah, anyway.
Warp drive active.
This is the guy that reunited my interest in computer gaming. Not a single ad, nor friend, nor show. Okay. Well then, search the sky welcome. So I have a ton of stuff at this other station here. I haven't figured out yet where all I'm jumping to. I had it all mapped out, all of this stuff, and then I forget what happened, but that was a few weeks ago. I don't feel like I have it so mapped out anymore.
Warp drive active.
I guess what I need to do is I need to bring up Eve assets. That will tell me what all I have here. Oh, and I should see if there's anything else to buy before I update it.
Docking permission requested.
Do a last buy on my way out.
Docking request accepted.
Okay. I should use Eve HQ. Eve HQ. I don't know that I've ever used that before, but I use Eve assets pretty effectively. So have it'll show me where all the stuff is in the stations. It would do all you need in one program. Well, Eve Assets does everything I need in one program. I mean, Store won't accept your Visa, Gontor. Hmm. Hey. I'll take a look here real quick. You need to talk to your bank. They may have blocked it thinking that it was someone else using it.
Don't you accept PayPal, Marcus?
Yeah, we accept PayPal as well, but he was mentioning that his card wasn't working. And
for me, the least amount of trouble shopping everywhere is just to have my credit card connected through PayPal and just using
Your
PayPal
six
to pay,
dragons
and then
have
PayPal
balls of
withdraws from the
steel.
Visa card.
it shouldn't be funny because it's a foreign card. We take foreign cards all the time. So, but your bank may be blocking it. That's the information I see here. It doesn't give me an exact message, but when it looks like this, that's typically what it is, and it's just them thinking that maybe it's someone else using your card. They may be about to call you. That's what people report, is they have troubles, and then they wait a half hour and they get a call from their bank saying, we're just checking to make sure that these are not fraudulent transactions. And then they tell them, no, it's not, and all of a sudden it works. Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah, and everyone lives happily ever after.
Right.
Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Yes. So, Daniel, thank you for resubbing, buddy. That is 4 months in a row and 40 gold to everybody in your honor. Everybody give it up for Daniel. You're all 40 gold Fritcher now. So, Thor, you have even more gold now. Dude.
I'm so full of gold. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, okay. So, here is my jump freighter. And wow, it is dirty. Holy cow, is it dirty.
Is it like the good kind of dirty or...
It's not shiny anymore.
Oh, so it's not dirty because it's been changed to a brothel with all the exotic dancers and prostitutes you have inside. So it's not that kind of dirty.
This is not dirty dancing. This is wash my car.
So it's just it's basically just shitty.
I've been flying through some apparently. So
yeah.
So
I
this
like
is,
the other kind of dirty with blackjack and hookers, not this kind of shitty and filthy.
I think that this is the first time that I've seen the dirt, and because other ships that I fly either tend to be very dark or they don't last very long. And
yeah, the latter probably mostly.
So now I've never done this before.
Welcome to the Dragons.
But let's hit clean ship here. Or I'll move this off the screen and see what this does. You guys all ready? Okay, so you see how dirty it is now? I'm hitting clean ship. And what happens? Honestly, I hit clean ship. This is the suckiest ship wash I have ever seen.
I mean, wasn't it a free wash?
Do I have to pay?
No, probably not. I mean, what do you expect from a free wash?
It's not working.
So it's broken.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta change ship to make it work.
I gotta change ships.
So that it will update.
Oh, come on. Where's my nice animation? Okay. Yeah, it's a bit more shiny now. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Well, I swapped out and back in again. and it is a little bit more shiny. So.
Yeah, but it's still ugly as hell.
So for those asking about my fits for freighters, it's very similar between jump freighter and freighter. And so in a jump freighter, the amount of money that I spend on my fit is irrelevant in most cases because I never plan on losing a jump freighter. I've not lost one yet. Doesn't mean I never will, but I don't plan on losing them. And so I've never, only once did I come close to having any sort of problem. It was at undock. They tackled me right at undock, and I just jumped away. So, and so in a jump freighter, I'll go over the jump freighter first before I go over freighter. In a jump freighter, I use these jump drive economizers. And basically what this does is it's a fuel reduction. This is how much fuel is used is reduced. And so I'm able to more cost effectively jump while empty. And those do not apply to a regular fighter. Those only apply to jump freighters and some of the other capital ships that can jump. Then on a regular freighter, I use normal Tech 2 expanded cargo expanders. In here, I'm using the ore version, which is the most expensive version. It represents about $1 billion for 3 of them. And it only gets me, I don't know, 5% more space total than what the Tech 2 does.
Was it 5% of 500,000 or something?
It's basically they each are 2%, but there's diminishing returns, and so I figure it's around 5%. But when I am spending money on fuel, and I tend to fill this all the way, I just decided that I would just go ahead and spend the money on it. It is around $1 billion. It'll take me, hundreds of jumps before they're paid off, but eventually they will be. And then when I use Shadow Serpentis inertia stabilizers, and I use these same things in my freighters. They're a little bit expensive. It's about $300 million for the 3 of them, but this is what gets me into warp faster off of a gate, and so I do spend that money on those, and really you only need cargo expanders and the inertia stabilizers in a freighter. You don't need anything else. There's if you need to tank, you shouldn't be flying in that area. That is my opinion. The only reason to tank is if you have a fleet of Logi ships that can come assist you if you're getting ganked, and because then they can just keep healing your ship, and the gankers will give up and go away. But other than that, there is no reason to use the reinforced bulkheads. So, even though that'll give you much more EHP. Don't they make me want to gank more? Okay, so I'll give you a little hint. I do not fly through Udema, and I do not fly through Narja. And I don't take contracts that go through there, and I have business operations on both sides. So you can actually get the whole other side between Udema and Narja is accessible. There's a long way around. And so you do not have to fly through those 2 things. If I have something that has to go through, then I ship it to Amar or to Jita, and vice versa, and I just pay somebody else to risk their ship. And if it's smaller, I'll take a DST through. And I have no qualms of taking 10 or 15 billion worth of stuff in a DST through there, because if you do it right, nobody catches you, and you have enough tank, you can survive like 3 tornadoes, alphaing you right on a gate before you get jumped. And so it's not a big deal. So, and another thing you can do if you are flying through Narja and Udema is to have a Weber. That will get you off the gate in about 7 seconds, but it is not a 100% guarantee that you will be able to fly through with that, because what happens is if they know that you're carrying something really valuable and they still want you, they will stab your freighter or your Weber and until they can bump you. And they will give up their ships that are disrupting you to Concord, because Concord will fly in as soon as they do that, but it stops your warp, and it stops long enough that they can bump you. So, and that is the only time I have been ganked with a Weber before, and that's how they did it. So, anyway, if you don't fly through those two systems, you're all good. And I have operations on both sides, and so I buy all kinds of stuff in Domain, and in Sing Liaison, and in JITA, and in Lone Trek. And obviously those are JITA and Lone Trek are on one side, and Sing Liaison and Domain are primarily on the other side. They're half. They've got some systems that are on the JITA side as well. So that's how I do it, and I just pay other people to fly the gauntlet, and I don't move anything through there that's not going to make money by doing it. So you need to be in the same corp to web a ship. So, and it does flag you, but Concord will not attack you. So, or you need to duel each other, but the dueling thing, the duel can run out and you can find yourself in a world of hurt if you don't manage it right.
Stupid TeamSpeak garbage.
Toggy Burger, I do not use warp speed modules in a jump freighter. These are fuel economizers. And the only time I put in the inertial stabilizers is when I have to fly through a gate. That's the only time I put those in. And it's usually I put those in when I'm flying up into HiSec. So, which, only if I have a small enough load. Otherwise, I have the cargo expanders in, and you just got to pick your timing right. With a jump freighter, you can just wait until conditions are good and then go. You do not have to, there's not a time thing on it. And I did one time have to wait. I took this job to a station that was up in Ore Space, and it was in Null, and I was taking my jump freighter up there, and it paid really good, and it was a gank contract. But I didn't know it was a gank contract until I took it. But I had to, I put up 3 billion, 4 billion in collateral, something like that, and it was paying like 600 million to deliver it. And I thought, okay, I'll do that. How hard can it be? And they had that station camped and camped and camped, and it took me probably about 6 hours before I was able to land. But I did deliver it. So yeah, that was really interesting. There's like a bunch of different corps that use that station as gank contracts, and so they're all out there just waiting for stuff to land. Okay, so I'm going to look at contracts here and see what's available. So this is showing all of Stain. Why would somebody sell something for only 3 million? Is that by price? Oh, it's listing by price. Why is it not listing by date created? There we go. Okay, 2.1 billion. Yeah. I don't need another carrier. I already have a few. Not unless they're really good priced. So far, none of these are. Coffee Ultra. Wow, they want 10 million each for them. What is Coffee Ultra going for these days? I have a whole bunch of them.
Isn't it getting like super rare?
Yeah, well, they had it. There was an event where where you could get them as loot, and that was for a short period of time, and the price went way down. But let's see here. I'm gonna open another account here and take a look at how much Coffee Ultra is going for, because I might buy this. It's also very small, so the bang for the buck would be good. The low slot modules do work for fuel economization, and there's no sense. Okay, so the theory being is that you should never put your jump freighter in harm's way where it could possibly be where it could possibly get ganked, and so it doesn't. You could run nothing in the lows, and you should be just as fine as if you are running something in the lows, and because if you get bumped off station or you land on the station and you bump yourself off or whatnot, that's your own fault. Just consider yourself dead. Just don't do it. So buy orders around 6 or 10 million. Okay, I'm gonna share one of these contracts over here and take a look at it.
So basically, what you're saying, you shouldn't be flying a jump freighter in Eve in general. So because everywhere in Eve except in station is in harm's way, or can be in harm's way.
Yeah, Coffee Ultra is in fact the wrong. This is funny. Coffee Ultra is not the rare one.
What's the rare one called?
I don't know. I'm going to try and look it up here. But the Ultra sells for, I kid you not, 900 ISK in JITA. Yeah, it's zero. It's zero. So these are scam. They're thinking that they're gonna
that you're a simple man trying to buy things.
Right. Yes. But I always do my research, so this simple man wins. So okay. Got another ship. Oh, I'm not into fitted ships. All these fitted ships here for sale. Seven geckos, 490 million. I don't think that's a very good price, but I'm going to look. They're running for 70 million in JITA. No, it's not a good price at all. Not for making money on it. Coffee Zero was gifted from the 2014 FanFest. Hey, I was there and I don't remember getting any. But it was also in the Coffee Zero was some of the loot in the Frost event. The Frost event over Christmas. I think all this stuff's been picked through. I'm not finding anything here. Wow, an Archon for 3.1 billion. Guess it's a little bit blinged out. Well, here's a bunch of junk. I like those. Junk is where you make the money. 90 million profit on the geckos. The geckos are selling for 70 million each. 70 times 7 is 4. There's no profit on those. Those geckos, I don't see any profit there. So 160 million is what this is worth. There's a plastic wrap in here. How interesting. Does that mean they ganked somebody and took their cargo? 872, let's see, 160 million. They want 125. So that's 125, 160 is the buy. What is the sell? 175. That's 272. Or 872 cubic meters. So by the time I get it up to market, I'd only make about 30 million on it. Okay, so you think that it's okay, so 470 times 7 is 490. We'll go over this again. They want 490 million for the contract. It's 490 million. You came up with the price is 490. So Smalls, the website is Eve Praisal, and there is a link to it below the video. Anyway, I'm going to leave that one alone. It's not enough profit to worry about it. It's like actually working for the money, and I don't want to do that. $172 million. They want 150. All the good stuff's picked through. I like the ones where I can spend $1 billion or $2 billion and I can make 300 or 400 million right off the bat.
Yeah, maybe I should be like rollers now, demanding that you give me percentage of all these purchases and sales you do due to contracts in nullsec.
Say what? You want? Are you strong arming me?
No. Because if you remember when you were moving down to Stein, I encouraged you to always look through the contracts.
Oh yes. So I need to pay you a royalty for the idea.
I said if I was rollers, I would demand that.
Oh, if you were rollers, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I know you. You kind of showed me how you can make some money down here doing
Make
this.
some motherfucking money. Just keep that straight. Some motherfucking money.
Right. This best tower is 260,000 cubic meters. There's an Armageddon in here too. That's why. Says this sells for 509 million in Jita. And they want 300 million. Any of these rigs fitted? There's no fitted rigs in this. But that industrial ship, that Best Tower, that's going to have to go to the junkyard. It's worth only 1.3 million. We just break it down for materials. Yeah, I think I should buy this. Gotta send myself some money.
Some what kind of money?
ISK.
No, some motherfucking money.
Ah, yes. That. Okay. Purchased. You know what's really great? It's at my home station. That'd be really easy. I have 2 stations that I stage out of. Well, 3. I have 1 midpoint stage station, but yeah, over there in OT. So, sitting in that dead end there, just waiting for me now. Yeah, the thing about that is that really I can jump from there. It's only I can jump straight from there, and I can go all the way up to my transfer point up at the top of Null in 1 jump, and then from there I jump to low sec, and I have a second jump I have to do in low sec, but it's only 1 system, and so it doesn't cost very much to get this out of there. So, hello K-Slay, haven't seen you around for a bit. Welcome back. So that one's okay money. It says I can sell for 500 million. I don't know what's worth so much in there, but I'm going off the buy price, and it's like 300 and something, so I'll make money on it. The Armageddon, though, that'll be a little bit big packaged up, but it doesn't have any rigs in it, so I don't have to discount any price off of it.
Isn't it? How much? If you calculate how much you pay for it, maybe it's less volume if you just reprocess it.
It's an Armageddon, though. It's a battleship.
I know, but if you get it cheap enough and to save some room, it's just scrap it like all of these Tech 1 crappy modules and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it down there and I'll fit it up and I'll run some stuff down in there. I still do stuff down there in OT from time to time, especially when everybody's war decked.
Like I told you, not nice place in the middle of nowhere to crawl into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When the world is against you.
Yeah, it is. I still hold my station down there, and I got a ton of stuff down there. So, yeah.
And like we saw, only few people were determined enough to go down there, and then in not such a long time they gave up because binding a character down there to may be able to hunt you down was just
right. I'm not down there long enough. I spend a day down there, and mostly nobody bothers me. If I were to spend weeks on end down there, then I'm sure I'd have plenty of campers show up. But
yeah, and then you say, hey, have a nice time, campers. I'm going to my wormhole. Fuck
right.
you. Bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or over to faction warfare or whatever. I'm immune in those things. What is a good freighter, Ironheidel? Depends on if you already have something skilled up, but I recommend Minmatar.
I like the Caldari one because it's better in moving large volume.
Caldari holds more.
Yeah, but
Volante has more tank.
Yeah, have you calculated the amount of fuel with the Amar one, with the Amar one, and the amount of fuel with the Caldari one, with the cargo space if you were filling it up each time?
Okay, so there is something to be said for that. Let me look that up here.
But I know, I mean, most of the time we're jumping it around with like 20% of cargo hold full. So, I mean, it's not a real issue. But have you tried calculating the fuel efficiency to cargo hold size?
So different. Okay, so all the freighters take a different amount of fuel per jump. And that is the Nomad, the Minmatar version, is the quickest to align. It is also the lowest amount of fuel, and let's see, what is its base? So you're talking about. So what you're talking about is if a jump is going to cost 1,000 fuel, and then we calculate how much fuel per cubic meter.
Yes, with the smallest cargo hold space on the Minmatar 1, and the least amount of fuel per jump, and the Caldari one with the largest cargo hold and more fuel per jump. So what's the fuel per cubic meter of cargo space?
I think that's a really good question, and I don't know the answer, but I know we could figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still a completely irrelevant issue because most of the time it's like 20% full, and then it's almost empty when jumping around. So.
Right. So having the most amount of space is not necessarily the best way to go, because you're right. In order to capitalize on that, you'd have to be full all the time.
Yes,
and
so you would have to be. If you would have to be jumping from a mining system or something like that, where
right?
You could always jump your freighter full of compressed ore every time.
Right. That's exactly what I was just thinking. Is that, and if you have a freighter full of compressed ore, you don't give a fuck about how much fuel you're paying.
Yeah, basically.
It is because compressed ore in a freighter, I mean, you can get tens of billions in there. It's amazing how much in compressed ore you can get in. So overall, I chose Nomad as my primary because of fuel efficiency and the costs. Now, when I first started freightering, I went Galante. And I went Galante because I thought that tank, the amount of EHP was the primary thing that was important to my freighter. And I've come to believe it's not. But, and so that's the route I went. And I have I don't know, jump freighter mastery 4 or 5 on my Galante guy. But then I figured out that, there's differences in these freighters, because I didn't know whenever I started down that path. And so the differences in them, and I'm like, you know what? Because exactly what Thor is saying, which is that you typically fly not 100% full, and so it doesn't matter that you can get 10% more in a RIA as opposed to a Nomad.
Welcome to the Dragons.
The amount of times that you're going to be carrying that much is not all. It's not often, and so you may as well save on fuel, because you have to pay the same amount of fuel whether you are full or not. The only modifier on that is if you don't have so much in there that you can run the fuel economizers, you can save. I save like 27% or something like that. But these fuel economizers are extremely expensive. So, and in order to save that, you have to do probably 1,000 jumps in order to cover their cost. Some people say that they'll not live that long, and so why bother?
So basically, it's just buy the one that you think looks the coolest.
No, it's Nomad. Nomad, because Nomad will cost you less to operate. And it's very expensive to operate. I have dropped 300, 400 million in a day moving a jump freighter around. So if this saves me 10, 15% on fuel, it's saving me 30, 40 million. And that adds up if you're doing it all the time, especially if you're running contracts. because the contract sizes, they typically won't go over 340,000, and all of the jump freighters can do that. We're doing a whole lot of talking and not a lot of flying.
Yeah.
That's
Like I was stating
that's
earlier
Eve.
with, like I was stating earlier with enjoying the sound of one's own voice.
right.
But that's all good.
Sometimes I look at some of these contracts where they price them at 8 million and stuff like that. I have found them where they've forgotten a zero on them before. I'm getting too far out here. Okay, look at this one last and then we're done. 17 million and they want 15. Nah, going to avoid that. So, okay. So we're going to run Eve assets now. Run a scan on this. And this is all of the stuff that I have down here. And then I should look at this character here and everything that's in stain, because everything should just be transferred over to my other guy, because I did do some buying with this one. The way he can just look at his assets list and see everything.
Looking at the assets list, okay.
Yeah. Well, except that one's a little bit different than what I was talking about, and we already know that you're top of that list.
Yeah, love it.
Okay. And most of these are... Looks like maybe I already transferred everything from him. Oh, I have a strategic cruiser down there. That's right. I trained this guy up to fly a Loki. Ah, look at this. Oh, gosh. It's like 500 or 600 million in drones. Guess we should transfer that over. Is this done scanning? I'll wait till the scan's done before I transfer it. Okay, it's done scanning. Yeah, I'll bet you that this is about 500 or 600 million worth of drones, and I'll bet you I paid 300 or 400 million for it.
Mm.
And it's just a matter of just sitting down here and loading it up once a day and just seeing what's available. There we go. That was the only thing. Okay. Eve is only boring to watch if you don't play it. Yeah, that could be. Thunkist. Yeah, well, we're going to be doing... so there's two games that are going to be heating up for me, other than Eve. here in the future, which are Crowfall. We are going to put together a Crowfall group, and anyone else who's playing Crowfall, I look forward to playing with you. Specifically, I'm kind of looking forward to the Siege stuff that starts, gosh, it's going to be another couple of weeks. But that's where we're going to be testing the Siege mechanics. It's still a year away from launch, from official launch. And then Shroud of the Avatar, which I doubt that Thor would like because it's very creative and artsy. And
I have Shroud of the Avatar, and Shroud of the Avatar does not look all shiny and Disney.
It does not. It does not. So
yes. So
yeah, and so I will be doing a lot more Shroud of the Avatar, especially. In fact, I've got it on the schedule already. I have a specific date for it on the schedule because there is there's a final wipe of characters in testing, and then they go to permanence with the characters. And
so they are launching the game.
no,
officially.
they're saying it's not launch, but they're saying that they're not going to wipe characters anymore.
So they are launching the game.
July 28th. We got a little ways to go.
Yeah.
So, but I've got it on the schedule. I actually put the schedule all the way out to August so that I could put that on the schedule. July 28th.
Okay.
So, anyway. So, I'll probably be spending, by 6 months from now, I will be spending a lot of time in all three of those. And we may mix some other stuff in as well. And Eve is we're gonna lose a little bit of time from Eve, but, we're gonna go where the fun is. So, and if the other ones are not fun, then I won't be doing it. But from what I see right now, I'm really looking forward to it. What do I think of Star Citizen? I have one of the original founder accounts. I got it first day, Kickstarter. But I'm waiting for them to not do character wipes too, and to do permanence and stuff. So, yeah. And as far as this hauling stuff goes, this is I'm sure highly interesting to people who want to do this and have never done it. So, Shroud of the Avatar servers are up 24/7 right now, but the last wipe is July 28th. So there was a wipe that just happened, and I think that the next one is not scheduled until then. So, but when I can, build my house and stuff, and in fact, all of August, we can play, but we won't be able to place houses unless our account is in a certain status, or we won't be able to claim land. And it's because each group of supporters gets like a 3-day window to place their stuff, and then they get to go after that, but there's 3 days that is exclusive to them. And so like the very first people who were in and bought the $10,000 packages, they get the first 3 days.
So you're in. So you're in with that group of people.
No, I am actually near the middle. So
Like only $5,000 or something.
no, my account was $500 and some odd dollars. So, and then right after that, it doesn't matter because nobody else got housing plots. So I'm actually in the very last group that paid for plots. And it's just because I really wanted to do it. I'd have done a $10,000 account if I had money, but I don't. So, and even though I know a lot of the dev team and I know Richard Garriott and all that, I still it didn't equate any advantage for me.
So I mean, that's it.
What, that my friendship doesn't equate any advantage for me? Yeah, real stupid. Oh, man. Adolf Hitler needs to be banned in YouTube. Just saying.
Why? Is he talking about his final solution and giving speeches?
Um, okay. All that's turned over. Let's look at Eve assets now. So, one thing, I've been doing the tracker. I transfer money. I have another account that's not on here that I transfer money back and forth on, or product. And this is actually going to go way down once I deliver this. Thanks, Red. Thanks for taking care of that.
I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker.
Yeah, he's talking about Red there. Okay, so I'm going to order this by value. And then in Stain, I have 37 billion worth of stuff right now. So oh, look at that. 14.5 billion of it is right in the station that I'm in. It's cause of these jump freighters. I'm sure. Yeah, I have a Rhea here. Oh, and I have an Archon here. Just a few things. Okay, we're gonna ignore that one. I'm at this station right now. And it looks like it has just a little less than 2 billion worth of stuff in it. I think it's going to fill me up. That's why I came here, if I remember correctly. Let's see what we got here. So I've been buying a lot of stuff, and this is the kind of stuff I've been buying. So I'm just going to kind of make sure that everything is... you have a limit on the number of items that you can carry, and you can't carry cargo containers in a jump freighter, most of them. Let's see. Can you carry the Fit? Does he have... Yeah, there is some that you can carry, but you can't carry the ones that give you more space. So he doesn't have one in here, but you're limited to about 1,000 items, and if you exceed that, that's just all you can fit. So I want to make sure everything is stacked as much as possible, and then I'll end up stacking everything again in that station before handing it over. And that way I'll be not that way it'll what's on my mind?
You're just mumbling, Marcus.
Yeah, I know. I am. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm got too many things going on in my head at once. So that's okay. More caffeine. That's what I need.
Yeah. And as I have so many time advice to you, maybe you should talk to your local meth dealer. Helps the focus immensely.
Right. Mm-hmm. Local meth dealer. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Then I can talk really fast or something.
Yeah. Makes you smart.
I can talk fast gibberish.
Yeah.
So I have this ship here. I have an Ishtar here. And let's see here, fitting, what's in it? I've never flown an Ishtar before. This thing is all fit up. It has 2 rigs in it, which are not worth very much.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Say what?
Didn't you have a drone character?
A drone character? Yes.
Yes, This is the ultimate super ship for that character.
Yeah. He's in faction warfare, though, and it's an awful expensive ship to be flying in faction warfare.
Yeah, unless you were flying in faction warfare fleets where they actually use these nice expensive ships and safety in numbers.
Yeah. So I'm gonna repackage this ship. I'm just gonna take everything out of it and break the rigs. Okay. Oh, it even had stuff in the cargo. I didn't know that. Okay. There's still only 45,000 worth of stuff. I don't know why I came to this station. I came to this station thinking that I was gonna, just hop up to the next place and drop everything off, but it turns out there's really not very much stuff here. So I don't know why I'm here.
Maybe because reasons?
Maybe because of reasons?
Yes.
Yes. Dude, I am so glad that you're here today to help me out with thinking.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like you're having a really, really, really hard time doing it by yourself.
I know. I've got this distraction in my ear. It's some sort of Viking distraction. It's like a bug in my ear.
Yes, destroying your day.
Thanks, Thor.
You're welcome.
Oh. Wait, this is only 4,500 worth of stuff. And in the ship hangar, this is only 10,000. I don't know why I'm here. Because if I jump this stuff back, I mean, there's enough stuff here to make it worth my time, but why not just stop by here on my way back up? I think that's the case. So, but I don't know why I came here in the first place. It doesn't make any sense to me. But that's okay. Yes, could have been for other reasons too, you know.
Yes.
Okay, so here at OT, got that Armageddon here. That Armageddon's already packaged. So, and it's worth 211 million. It's 50,000. It only has to go about 15 light years. I don't know how much that would be something really interesting to figure out. Is that, you know, this is worth this much. It takes up this much cargo space, and I have to take it 15 light years. And so, how much does it cost me to move it 15 light years? And is that so that cost then? If I look at it, okay, well, what is the value of this if I just reprocess it? And will the value of that be equal or more than the value realized once you get it up to high sec? That's some complex math. Actually, the reprocessed value on this is 116 million because Eve Assets tells me.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Which means that it's not worth reprocessing it, that I should ship it because shipping it up is worth basically 95 million to me. So I'll get 95 million more out of it if I do that. And then you still have to move the reprocessed stuff.
Mm-hmm. But it's mainly if you're running low on space, but you're not going to be filling your jump fighter, so...
Mm-hmm. There's one really neat thing about Eve Assets here, and it's the reprocessed column. And it's a plus or minus on the reprocessing. And so you can actually look at this, and you'll find, like, here's two items right here that are worth more, that if I reprocess them, they're worth more. And
what's the skill calculator on that?
Oh, I don't know. But, so this is a multi-frequency L. Well, I may not even be able to reprocess that. If it's used, you can't reprocess it. All you can do is just trash it. So, But occasionally you'll run into something that you look at it and it's worth more reprocessed, and especially for small end loot. Tech 1 stuff. Here's a bunch of tech. What is this stuff? Okay, so here's a capacitor flux coil 1. It's what is it worth? It is, the max buy on it is 2,281, and reprocess it's worth 4,367. So,
but what is the skill modifier on it? Is it with everything at 5, or is it just the raw material with no losses, or you need to give percentage in station and all that stuff?
I don't know. I assume that it's either doing one of two things. It's either looking at the skills that I have on this character that holds it, or it's just using base level 1, and so that you're always good on it. Let's see here. I don't know how to tell. I'll bet you that there's a way to tell on this, but I don't know how to tell.
Maybe it's just giving you the price of the full base resources of the module. Well,
we could test it. It'd be easy enough to test it and see if the number is accurate. And there's nothing here that's a really big, all of this is in the negative for reprocessing. But, so there's nothing really big here, but I have done that. I have looked at, like, when I'm at JITA or something like that, and I'm going to just be selling a bunch of stuff that's crap that I don't want to list on the market. I'm just going to sell to whoever's buying. I'll go through and see if there's any choice ones that, that'll get me like $500,000 or something like that extra from reprocessing it, and do that. But most of the time it's most of the time it's really work intensive to realize the money.
Yeah, so it's really not worth it. And so and also in that, when you're calculating that, you need to calculate depending on your standing with the faction that owns the station that you're doing it in, the skill of the character, and all that nonsense.
Mm-hmm. And so isn't there a way to get pause bonuses on reprocessing as well?
Yeah, but yeah, I think so. But I mean, running a pause for reprocessing.
Well, so listen to this. So I built a pause the other day, and I put it all together so that I could, because I was going to make money by the amount of jobs that I had to run over a 15-day period and how much fuel it was going to cost me. It was worth my time to set up the pause because I'm going to make like 250 million more in profit by the cost savings in manufacturing. And but I don't have enough manufacturing going on to run a pause all the time. But with something like that, if you're already going to put up a pause for manufacturing or for research or whatever, and you're already going to make money on that, then put another module in it.
To the Dragons.
To do your reprocessing and just save up your reprocessing for the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only mistake I made in doing that was I bought too big of a. I thought that I'm going to need to really protect this pause and everything, and so I'm like, I better do a large and better put a ton of guns on it or whatever. And what I figured out was I really didn't need to do that. And the runs that I'm doing, I can complete them on 24-hour cycles and then start new ones. And so even if I get war decked or something, I can still pull down the pause. I don't have to cancel jobs. And doesn't a pause go into reinforced mode for 24 hours once they attack it too?
I think the reinforced mode timer depends on how much strength or something it has in it.
Yeah. And so the fact is, as long as I don't do my production jobs over that amount of time, then I'm good to go. Because if something happens to it, well, then I can dismantle it and put it away.
Yeah, yeah. Is it in HiSec?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you don't put gun modules on it. You put resist modules. So if someone wants to shoot it, he either has to collect like 500 people to shoot your pass. Because then you increase the amount of hit points of the pass so much that it's like it takes hours and hours to shoot it down.
I can tell you that the pause has it's like 90% resistances with the extra modules I put on.
And then you don't need any guns or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I mean, it's a nice looking, but it's basically a waste.
Yeah. Not like our wormhole space stuff that has an enormous amount of guns on them.
Yeah. So
and shoots at anything that gets near.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, so I'm going to be stopping by OT and I'll figure that stuff out. And what have I got in here? It's 1.6 million in total volume. I might have to break some stuff down. It's worth 1.5 billion. So I think we're going to do that too. And then TG here. Oh yeah, those drones, there were 651 million. So, oh, I have another Armageddon over here. Man, all these ships. All this stuff I've been buying. I wonder what's worth so much here. This one doesn't make any sense to me. It says it's worth 1.3 billion. Oh, I guess it's this Loki. This Loki is worth almost $1 billion. I bought this Loki for 500 million, something like that. Already pre-fit and everything.
Has it got any faction modules on it?
I see one. No, maybe I'm wrong on how much I paid for it. But I know I checked it on Eve Praisal. I just waited around for one that was that looked like it was good configuration that I wanted and was a good price. So it looks like I have a bunch of ships here. Vagabond, Tornado, Civipol. I'm going to have to map all these out. Oh. Look at that. I have pauses over here. I didn't even know that. I must have bought them. I have so much stuff here that I bought that I don't even remember about it.
Yeah, I'm like on some of my characters I have so much stuff that it's insane. And since I haven't been in this marketing thing for a while, then you probably have like 10 times more.
Oh, well, I haven't bought anything in the last couple weeks or so. Just haven't been looking. I have so many ships that have got to be broke down. But when I buy all the ships, I think you taught me this, to just remove the rig price from the value and then do your profit calculations. And that one I can't break down. I should contract that one out to get it up and out. I have a Gila that's worth 483 million, and it's because it's got rigs in it worth 200 million or something like that.
And you cannot move that ship and hold.
What's that?
Yeah, I have a pissed off little Viking around at the moment.
I hear him. He's working on his battle cry.
Yeah.
You give him a little sword and let him bang it on everything around the house.
Yeah, he does that regularly.
Okay, well, it looks like I'm going to have around let's see, how low of a value do I want to go? Maybe 200 million? And anything that has less than 200 million, that I don't bother with it. So I got all these ships in here. Gosh, it's crazy. All these I got. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 systems to hit. And I got 2 points that I'll be working from in here, where I will stage stuff, and that is right up in here, which is so this is one staging area, and this is another up in this. It's really hard to see because let me look at the game map instead. So, and this is kind of an assets, I think this is an assets view. So I'm right up here, which is actually very hard to get to right over here, because when you come around this way, you have to go all the way up and around and down and then up and over. It's really crazy. But I'm all the way up here, and so for the most part, what I got to do is calculate where of these should I jump down to, grab the stuff, and jump back. And then where can I jump to down here and start pulling stuff up this way. And I have, this is my home system in Stain, right here. So I'll bring everything up over here. And then from these 2 points, basically everything gets transported to well, everything from here gets transported to here, but from right here, I can jump all the way up to here. So I can make that all the way in one jump. So it's kind of...
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Okay, Gontor supports a stream from 0 to Mastery 4 in all ships up to capitals in a few seconds. Gotta love them injectors. Thanks for the show. Well, thank you, and thank you.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Thanks for trying out the new system there. I am definitely going to turn off
Welcome to the
general
Dragons.
bark and only bark that out in the future whenever someone actually writes something in. I think it's going to get a little old. So, yep. Gontor, did you see it? Yeah. So it happens really quickly. Really quickly. And I have a Murloc in my pocket who wants out, it would seem. So, take care of these real quick. Yeah, and it stayed up there long enough that I could read it. Wonder if we should do duration by how much text is on it. I also got to make sure there's some text limits on the stuff.
So you don't like people to spam you, like writing a whole essay, so it fills your screen.
Yeah, actually, that can't happen. It'll go off of the display area. So, in this whole thing, we built a character limit in it.
Oh, lame. This is totally abusable system, so it's no fun.
Right. I thought about
Like,
abuse
like
ahead of time.
buying something and write penis 1,000 times so that your screen fills up with the word penis would be awesome fun.
Well, you better buy something then if you want to do that.
No, you said I couldn't, so you could just go by yourself.
Well, you could write penis a few times.
Yeah, but it wouldn't fill the screen. It's not the same thing. And like I told you, it's all or nothing.
Are you sure you're not a goon?
Yes. The goons are a group of cockshiner, and I do not define myself as a cockshiner.
Oh my. Oh, nothing's wrong with goons. I didn't say anything was wrong with goons.
No, I was saying that. Are people deaf, or can't they distinguish between you and me?
Never understood the hate for goons. You know, one of the goons just posted, I forget what his name is, but he just posted, he was on CSM, and he started to boycott the CSM because he says that devs said that because he was a goon, he couldn't be trusted, and he'd have an ulterior motive that he was trying to trick them into. And so they didn't give him any trust in working with the CSM, which effectively made it so he was ineffective, even if he was being legit. It's really kind of an interesting thing, but goons are so known for, the ultimate troll stuff. They may even troll better than you, Thor. You got competition.
Yeah. Why am I playing World of Tanks? It's the most frustrating game in the universe. Am I masochistic or something?
I like World of Tanks. I wish we still had a working relationship with them.
Yeah, but it's still the most frustrating game in the universe.
Okay, customers all taken care of. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be ugly. This is some of the spreadsheetness of Eve. I think what we have to do is we have to design here the route based upon what we've put together here in Eve Assets. And then we'll take a look at where everything is. So we're going to be starting here in, actually, not even starting in the GMEX. So let's see here. We're not in Aria. We're going to be in a Nomad. And see, JDC 55, Jump Freighter 4. I think those are right. I'll just use that for calculations here. Let's see. Jump Freighter 4. That's what I have. Okay. But I have Mimitar Freighter 5, right? I think I do. No, I only have 4. Well, shit. I really got to get that finished so I can fit more shit in here. it also is on my fuel efficiency. Because jump freighter bonus, 10% reduction in fuel requirement. And then Mimitar Freighter is 5% bonus to cargo capacity, so I can hold even more, and a 5% bonus to ship inertia modifier. Basically, I can align quicker. So, yeah, and speaking of CSM, the 24th, Bob Mon is going to be on the start of the show with us. And so we're going to have Bob Mon on. He's running for CSM. And I'm going to ask him some tough questions. So.
Yeah, like how much ISK is he gonna give us?
Right. How much ISK will you pay me to have you on the show? No, he's not paying me anything.
Votes for sale.
He's not paying me nothing. In fact, I have an open invitation. Anybody running for CSM, contact me, and I'll have you as a guest on the show.
Yeah, so you're trying to live your CSM dreams through other people's because you can't.
I don't have any CSM. Yeah, I know I can't, but I don't have any CSM.
You're just living in a denial.
Right. I live in this place called Denial.
Yeah.
It's in Africa.
Yeah, my mother says there's a lot of black people in Africa.
Okay, don't even go there. I know you're trying to be funny, but we don't need to go down that path any further.
Yeah.
I'm only willing to let the offensiveness go so far.
What was offensive about that?
Just don't even start. Okay, let's see here. So in the jump planner here, what's nice is I can just start typing stuff in and it'll complete it. Oh, except I gotta type it right. So that's where we start from. -U. And then we'll reorder all of these. TG dash. Okay, V W dash B.
Welcome to the Dragons.
I think that I'm gonna have to take out the one that has the. Gotta find it. Yeah, it's one that has the Gila in it. I'm not gonna stop there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It's so expensive, but it's so deep. Oh, maybe I just need a wormhole to open up near there. I'll fly it up into wormhole space. I'll just start checking that every time we have a wormhole into Stain that connects with ours.
Does that happen often?
Actually, it does. About every other day, we have a wormhole in Stain that is that's within like 2 wormholes of where we live that we have mapped out, and it's really easy to fly out in. And we all the time. One of the great things about living in wormhole space is that we'll get these nullsec, wormholes that'll open up, and they'll be deep in some areas, and we go in there, and it'll be full of mining ships and stuff. or whatever, and they won't even have any defenses because they're so deep out there that they're like, nobody ever makes it out this far. And so we'll just do a little recon and stuff, and then we'll bring a whole fleet in and we'll just decimate them. And it's a lot of fun. So, yeah.
And then they don't dock up because they're AFK mining or bots.
Yeah, because they don't, there's, you know, very little risk. They never see anybody out there. So, okay, T-8. Man, this is a lot of systems. Oh, I wonder how much fuel I have on me. Maybe I stopped here because I needed fuel. L-A9. All this to get, I don't know how many billions out of here. Maybe 10 or 15 billion. Killing simple miners. Well, you know. We've killed carriers. We found pauses. Oh my god, we got into goon space. And we found several pauses that had not been fueled. And that their shields were down. And these were full of all kinds of stuff. There was so much stuff that we were bringing in industrials trying to take it all out. But there was... I can't tell you how much loot was in them. And by the time the goons got their wherewithal that they were being attacked and everything, we had already taken a bunch of stuff out of there. So it was fun. We couldn't take down the pauses themselves, but we took down, you know, the equipment on the pause. Okay. W-Q. H4. RQ is the last one, I think. That's a lot of jumps. That's a lot of jumps. And we need to prefer stations. And this is going to tell me no. Look at that. Isn't that one of the ugliest things you ever seen? Okay, we're going to have to reorder this to make some sort of sense of it. And probably look at the asset stuff, and because we got to look at volumes too of how much I can carry. So high-sec hauling isn't really great. You can do high-sec hauling. You can make good money. Just focus on the money making, especially as a newer player, is Tech 2 industrial ship, deep space transport. So, okay.
Welcome
now,
to the Dragons.
How did this... Oh, this is in there because it wants it to be a middle jump spot. Okay.
Welcome to the Dragons.
So HM to LGK is the first one, I think. And you can move these around in here. So I think what I'm going to end up doing here is that I'm just going to end up taking one jump at a time and taking them off the list as we're done. And then when I have to, I add this one back into the list because that's where I have to take the stuff to, either there or up here. So I already know I have stuff up in here waiting to go. And I got to look at my fuel. I don't know how much fuel. Oops, that's not it. I don't know how much fuel I've got, and maybe that's why I was here. Okay, and we use hydrogen. And I have some other hydrogen here. I only have 3,000. Really, only 3,000. And okay, and how much fuel does it say this is going to take? See, at doing it in this really convoluted way here, it says it's going to be 117,000 isotopes. Well, actually, I have enough fuel to do it in that really convoluted way. That's kind of crazy. But I think we're gonna route this out a little bit better. So we're gonna put 9RQ after LGK. Make this a little bit more realistic. And we'll end at like OT or something. So, and then TG after 9R. So this is, I mean, really folks, this is like playing chess. And then FV after TG. So I may not totally follow this route. I may change it up a bit, but as you can see, the amount of isotopes needed is going down. I'm down to 64,000, and cut the light years in half because I'm not doing this jump cross. And so, what I'm thinking is that if I can pick up these 4 and then bring it back up here, and then or to the to the G-ME. And then go back down here, or come straight down here and then over. Because I can't jump this freighter through this spot here. It won't let me. I can take my other one over, but this jump freighter character is a lot more set up than the other one. So. Oh, you don't have to be willing to run null or low in blockade runners. I mean, that's so risky. There are high sec runs all the time that pay you an easy million a jump, and that can be done in blockade runners. And blockade runners, I'll take 10 or 15 billion worth of stuff in my blockade runner, and I'll go through Udema or Narja, no problem. And typically, if you're taking something that's 10 billion and it fits in or not in a blockade runner, but in a DST, and if you're taking something that's worth 10 billion in there, you're typically getting 5 to 10 billion or 10 million per jump. So, and there's contracts out there that go from like Jita to Amar and Odixie and stuff that, I kid you not, pay 250 million if you're quick enough to get them. So now you have to have collateral of 20 some billion, but they pay really, really high. So, and then jump freightering is the only way to go out in null. I don't, I do park a DST out in a certain section of low sec, but I never take him into the high-low barrier. I use that for a jump freighter, and it's because going from high into low is typically camped, and so you bypass that by jump freightering in, and then you use the DST up in the low sec areas to get around where nobody's looking, and collate all this stuff in one area, and then you make just a few hops with your
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker!
And jump back out. So okay, so LGKVP, that's where I'm going first. And let's let's see. I assigned him a contract. Let's accept that contract. So LGKVP set destination, and put that in here. Get my other guy here who's going to be the Sino, and look at that. We have Sino stuff at that station already. How handy is that? No setup. I like it. No, BRs are not the tanky ones. Blockade runners are flimsy, and in fact, they get one shot landing at JITA all the time. You want a deep space transport, DST. So, and, you know, maybe, let's see, tomorrow's Friday. You know, maybe second half of the show we could do some DST runs or something like that. And show that stuff, show how you can make money doing it. I got to make sure I have enough. I don't know how much money I've got for collaterals.
Weren't you gonna do something fun?
It is making money is fun.
Making funny by making money by ransoming people is fun.
Yeah, that too. But I'm not very good at it.
And making money by killing people and taking their loot is fun.
Warp drive active.
The dual Sino, if you'll notice, they're both offline. This ship, I don't Sino with this ship. I'll give you a little hint. Look at my cargo space here. My cargo is 94 cubic meters in this ship. And Sinos are 50 cubic meters each. I have 3 free slots up here since I'm not fighting with this. So I can fit 150 cubic meters worth of Sinos up here. And I can transport them that way. So it's just an easy way to transport them. I wouldn't be able to fit both of those in there if I didn't do that. And it's just part of the game mechanics. It feels a little bit like cheating, but you know what? It's part of the game mechanics, and so I'm using that slot for storage space.
Warp drive active.
I really like Stain.
Welcome to the
I
Dragons.
like living in Stain here. Nerd Derby, Ostex, Kite DJ, and Zeph,
Welcome to the Dragons.
and my Tisk. Thank you for following. Welcome. Why a cloak on an interceptor? Because sometimes I use it for intel. So that is why I have a cloak up there. Sometimes I use it for you know, scoping things out as a second ship. I may have another Sino there or whatnot, and I just need to get intelligence.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
So typically I'll use the cloak while orbiting a station like this that's a hostile station, and I'm just waiting to get my Sino character out and light the Sino and jump in real quick while they're not looking. So I've done that before. All of my transport ships carry a Sino, or carry a cloak for that reason. So okay, so make sure my other guy's ready here, and let's see who this this guy is. Get a little bit of intelligence here. He's an old character. Does a lot of PvP. Looks like he killed a Nightmare 19 days ago. He likes to fly an Onyx, a Nightmare, and an Onerous. He's a Dreadnought pilot. Okay. So we'll just have to check the scan on him. And then here I've got a few people that are here in system. I should be okay to undock. Let me make sure what I've got. Got the proper equipment in and everything. So okay. We're gonna go get to the spot here. We're just gonna see how things look. If everything looks good, I'll light the Sino, I'll undock, and I'll jump. So the guy, Dreadnought pilot, though, you know, could be an issue, but there's nothing around here on scan. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's see, there's still nothing on scan. Still nothing on scan. I'm going to light the Sino right before I jump, and then that way, if somebody's going to be attracted to the Sino, ooh, this is a eject station. Okay. One last scan here. Everything looks good. Lighting the Sino. Stopping him. And jump 2. There we go. Marquee cloaked equal hidden dragon. Yeah. All right.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, so I made it here. And yeah, you have to make sure you're at least 5K away from everything or you can bounce off. That is a real problem that can happen. So we're going to set destination here to this station. And then we're going to tell it to autopilot. And then, so here I've got a couple of ships. And let's take a look at these before I break them down. Make sure there's nothing super expensive in it that I should worry about. Look how dirty this ship is. Holy cow, it's even got like streaks on it of dirt. I can't believe how dirty my ship's got. It's just disgusting. They're all Tech 1 rigs. So, yeah, we're gonna bust this one apart. And then I don't even think I can get into this ship. Can I? Well, I can. What's the fit on this? Those are mildly expensive, 10 million each or so. But when I buy these, I've purchased them knowing that I will most likely break them down. Okay. Oh, I can't repackage while I'm in it, huh? Okay. Makes sense. There we go. I have only one ship that I haven't been willing to do that. I have one that has 3 rigs in it, and they're about 100 million each. So, and I bought it a long time ago when I lived down here, and I was just gonna wait for the opportunity to get it over there, but I'll just wait for opportunity when I have a wormhole that's within a you know, system or two, and then I'll get it up into wormhole space. So, okay, so here is everything, and I'm going to repackage as much of this as I can. Let's see here. And repackage. Yes. Hey, nothing needed to be repaired. That's great. Stack everything up. It's only 4,300 in space. That's awesome. Okay, there we go. So, picked up my first stuff. Yay! It's not 2 billion worth, even though it says 2 billion down here, but it's not 2 billion worth. And that's because I've got my other rigs in here, or my other low stuff in here. So this is, we'll call that 300 million. And then where'd my other cargo expanders go? And then we'll call this another billion. So 1.3 billion. So I picked up 700 million worth of stuff. And that's just what it's worth down here. So and how much fuel did I use? Not very much. So I think I had a little bit of fuel in here, and that's hydrogen. Yeah. So okay, so this station is empty. Yay.
Docking permission requested.
Character here.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested.
Somebody waving at me.
Docking permission requested.
Yeah, still got half the time here. So
Autopilot disabled.
okay, well, so today's show is a little bit shorter than normal. Tomorrow will be a normal show, and then next show will be Tuesday after that, where things should all be back to normal. So this project that I'm working on, we begin building on Tuesday, and that's the point where it's my hands off and I just watch what's being done. So anyway, let's see here. Whoa, DeLone Wolf has a video about how to fix the camera. So Gontor, will you link that to me? I would love to see that. So before we end the show, though, we are going to do another drawing.
What are you gonna draw? Let me guess, an Eve account.
Uh-huh. So
You're so predictable.
I know. You should get in on it. Exclamation point ticket space one.
No. I'm not falling from that one again.
Oh, okay. Or you can do higher. If you have more gold, you can buy more tickets. And so, yeah, okay. So I'd love if somebody would link that video to me, and I will watch that. I really want to know how that's done, because I can't tell you how much that upset me. Oh, it won't show my ship, though? Ugh, God. Thor, they've broken the camera in the new camera.
Yeah, CCP.
Yeah, and if they force me to do it, I love the game, but I kid you not, I feel like maybe I should just not play in protest of the camera. It's so
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, if I was still living in Reykjavik, I could go with Torch and Hayfork outside their HQ, but I don't live in Reykjavik anymore, so.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a 17-minute video. Okay, well, I will watch that. I will watch that later. And okay, so is that up on CC now or something? I don't know. But anyway, okay, so let's do a drawing. Let me start a new message here. Everybody but Thor, get in on this. Exclamation point, ticket space one. Thor thinks that new Eve accounts are for pussies. So. Okay. My graphics on that actually don't like not being in focus. Okay, so if you are the winner, you'll have about a minute to let me know which one you want, and so. And your choices with the new account, you get one of the content packs, which will be Colonist, Explorer, Skirmisher, or Industrialist. All of them come with items for that, plus 750 Aurum. Okay. Closing. Drawing. Lasalta, congratulations! He had a 2.3% chance to win. How about that? Lasalta, it's all yours, man. So which do you want? Industrialist, Colonist, Skirmisher, or Explorer?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay. So I think that actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out the show with this tomorrow. And we've got everything mapped out. We've got Sinos at all of the stations pretty much. And so this is what we'll start, and then we'll see what else it turns into. Industrialist. Okay, good choice there, buddy. I will get that right up here. And so, okay.
Marky, have you ever thought of trying to sell posters with a picture of yourself on them?
Yeah, in fact, I got one right here. You want to see it? Are you looking at the stream?
Yeah, I'm looking at the stream.
Yeah, okay. So here's what I thought that I would do as poster size and sell to everybody. I'm just kidding. My wife took this picture a couple days ago. So.
Is it the one that looks like a bearded egg with glasses?
Yes, the bearded egg with glasses. Right.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. But if you're trying to look more TV showy, you should have like the each side of your beard colored to black, have white in the center, and have some tattoos on your hat as well.
Oh, I need tattoos on my head.
Yeah.
What kind of tattoo should I put on my head, Thor?
I don't know, like it's a cracked open egg, you know, like cracks all around. And then maybe dragon claws going out of the cracks or something?
Right. Like I'm birthing a dragon out of my head.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So.
Yes, I think your wife would be extremely happy with that.
Oh, Antimatic says gears. Yeah. Oh, no. And you know what? Mr. 556 says I should put a picture of Thor on my head.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't have hair to cover up my head if I decide that I don't like the tattoos. I'd be stuck with them.
You can always trump your head, like have it really long on one side and do a comb over.
I could go Trump style, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks hideous.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Thor, thanks for... oh, I should put kill marks on my scalp. That's a great idea. Thor, thanks for hanging out. It was nice having you on the show today.
Yeah, I'll catch you later, man.
Yep, catch you later. And everybody else, thanks for having been here today. And we will do more of this tomorrow, where we will we'll get this stuff out of Stain. First couple hours of the show, and then we'll see what we'll do from there. If conditions look good, we'll do some hauling for money and see what kind of money we can make, and be happy to go over the different types of hauling ships for all of you guys and everything, and how you can make money in hauling, or how you can pay contractors to haul your stuff if you don't want to do it yourself, and how to do it without paying an arm and a leg. So, okay, that's my alarm for my next thing I got to do. So, take care, everybody, and see you all tomorrow.